Willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Vampyr. Ich weiß gar nicht, wo wir hin wollen. Ach ja, genau, wir wollen dieses Haus von... Wie heißen die? McPherson? Untersuchen. Westend. Ja, mit dem haben wir schon gesprochen. Irgendwo soll es sein, da. Dann wollen wir doch da natürlich mal hinrennen. Irgendwo hier hinten rechts. Hier.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
So, wie komme ich nur dahin? Es scheint noch so einen Rückeingang zu geben. Nimmt das. Ach, ein Werwolf. Ja, ist richtig. Das ist genau den wir vorhin gesehen haben. Mist, auf den hätte ich den Schattenmist machen müssen. Hier wird nicht gefressen. Bleib da, kleiner Wolf. Genau, lauf weg, du kleines Hündchen. Lauf zu Papa. So, was haben wir hier? Ein böshafter Skull. Das ist ja alles voll mit denen. Man kann eigentlich denken, hier ist auch alles voll mit denen. Irgendwas, was wir noch mitnehmen können. Nicht mal ein Zettel oder so. Die sind ja alle hier relativ hoch im Level. 26, 25. Ja, das ist ja wieder so ein Knoblauchskull, ne? Das ist ja so ein Knoblauchskull. Jetzt mal ernsthaft, wie viel Schaden macht der denn bitte? Was? Was zur Hölle war das denn, bitteschön? Ich glaube, wir müssen nochmal nächtigen. Ich würde gerne das alles in einer Nacht durchziehen, aber wie ihr seht, die sind schon, weiß ich, wie viele Level über unserem Valhalla-Kram. Ich glaube, es wird Zeit, dass wir ein paar Snacks zu uns nehmen. Nachdem diese endlos lange Ladezeit endlich mal hinter uns ist. Ja. Jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, wenn wir jetzt hier zurückgehen, ist eigentlich der kleine Werwolf auch wieder da. Ja. Aber der interessiert sich kein Stück für den kleinen Skull. Der mit Knoblauch um sich spuckt. So, was ich eigentlich nochmal machen wollte, was mir eigentlich jetzt wieder einfällt. Wir könnten theoretisch mit der Frau reden von ihm. Was war irgendwo hier hinten, bin ich der Meinung. Hier.
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
So, machen wir das einmal hier ein bisschen leer.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
Es sind auch wieder verdammt viele Hinweise, die sie uns geben könnte. Das ist schon wieder schade.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets.
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Ja, der Verlust tut dir so leid. Wir gucken hier ein bisschen uns in der Bude um. Alles Sachen, die du bald nicht mehr brauchen wirst. Aber wir kommen von hier aus auch nicht dahin, wo diese... Das ist der Ausgang. Hier kommen wir nach oben.
It's locked.
Immer so ein bisschen kein Permanganat in der Schublade. Oh, das nehmen wir mit. Wie immer, wenn ihr das in Ruhe lesen wollt, haltet das Video an, schaut es euch, lest es euch in Ruhe durch. Ich überfliege das jetzt immer schnell. So. Gucken wir mal. Okay, hier kommen wir raus. Zack, hier müssen wir hin.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle.
Emilys Liebesbrief.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who?
Wenn ich diese Blutspur hier sehe.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Das ist so ein Poster. Vor allem, wer wohnt in so einem Zimmer, wo es... Ach doch, das ist eine Tür. Ich wollte schon sagen. Ja, in so einem Zimmer, wo es keine Tür gibt nach draußen. Aber ja klar, dass er unten am Hafen ist. Sie sind immer unten am Hafen.
are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm here to solve the mystery concerning the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
Nee, warum
What are
nicht?
you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
Ja. Ist zwar traurig, aber kann man ja auch nicht ändern, ne? So, wieder schnell zurück. Damit wir diese Quest abschließen können. Oder ruhen wir noch eine Nacht? Wo sind wir eigentlich jetzt hier gerade? Achso, hier sind wir.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Was hat er denn? Er hat schon wieder... Ah, Migräne, ey. Komm, reden wir noch mal ein bisschen. Da haben wir nichts Neues. Da haben wir eine neue
Do
Sache.
you realize you are ruining your family, Clarence? Don't you see the risk here?
Money isn't important. Not important when it is a matter of life and death. That is what my dear Venus cannot understand.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people is that important to you, why not choose a more efficient way to spend your money?
Don't you think I tried? I knocked at every door, went to every bank. I even tried to be published. No, Jonathan. This is a one-man war.
People will laugh at you, if they don't already. Think about your wife and your position. Think about your future.
I understand my wife's embarrassment, but gossips don't kill, vampires do. There'll be no future if people don't open their eyes.
Oh Mann, der ist ja wirklich verblendet bis zum Abkotzen, ne? Gut, da brauchen wir ihn eigentlich nicht drüber fragen.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Oh, ich gehe in die Laterne laufen, Jüngchen. Deswegen machen wir hier einen kleinen Cut. Wenn es euch bisher gefallen hat, lasst einen Daumen da oder ein Abo. Und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dann.